It began with the forging of her best builds based around the knowledge surrounding her power. 3 perks were given to the mean pigs, fans of her stealth who thought they were better than everyone else.
Now, if you know anything about my pig, this is my build. It's the strongest pig build you can possibly play. If you're DrussNBubba and you know more about pig, no you don't, you're fucking wrong, shut up, this is the best build of all time.
7 perks that help pigs succeed were given to the pressure pigs, and 9 perks and add-ons were given to the race of people that don't play pig, but above all else desire power and views, yet through their inexperienced methods they fell. But they were all of them deceived, for another build was made. In the land of the UK, in the fires of drowning rain, the pro-pig Druss forged in secret a master build. To control all the elements of previous builds, and into this build he poured his experience, his knowledge, and his will to dominate every survivor and wanting challenge. One build to rule them all. Most of the time. Yeah. Okay, the majority of builds I run are requested by viewers over at twitch.tv/DrussNBubba, and with nearly 700 games on one of Dead by Daylight's most unforgiving killers, the pig, I've managed to maintain a loss rate of just 5% with any build, all builds, all add-ons, blah blah blah. But today's video is something different. This is my go-to build, the one I fall back on when there are no requests, and there have been a lot of questions about it, such as why I'm running those add-ons, those perks, etc. This is indeed my personal favourite. For over a year, it's been the backbone of consistent wins, even without box auras. When Behaviour removed box auras, many thought that was the end for Pig, but me and my community stood firm. We showed that a 3-minute timer would have been too much, and through consistent performance, we helped save her from being forgotten. I was the Pig main who survived time and time again for over 5 years. Even on the maps and matches that are commonly regarded as unwinnable, I like to think that I and my build have proven otherwise to what others may have taught you. I've also recently dropped a full pig playstyle guide that dives deep into controlling survivors, mastering her power, and understanding the core principles that separate good pig players from great ones. This up-to-date guide and this build, just like the last one, will show you exactly what's possible when you truly learn the pig. Corruptor's good on Pig by itself since it provides adequate ability to all her pros and cons, starting off her ability to crouch at the start of the game to catch survivors off guard is well known, but Corrupt's importance in this matter is not. If you are moving super slow to the other side on a giant map with a killer that has one of the narrowest windows in terms of actually winning the game, you lose even more time, despite the supposed promise of catching the survivor off guard. It not only acts as a band-aid for Pig's unbelievably slow crouch movement speed at this time, but it gives you more confidence in your first chase in 3 scenarios regarding your crouch and ambush that are as follows. Best scenario, you get a gen grab. Second best scenario, you uncrouch and get an early hit starting off with the premise of a productive chase. Third best scenario, you do not get an early hit, but you still start the chase and may even attempt to use the ambush due to the fact that you are feeling a lot more confident that you are going to lose 1 gen rather than 2 to 3 gens. Trap-wise, Corrupt is good because it allows you to place a trap potentially before even the first gen is even done. Other pig mains have of course yelled head pop potential, but the beauty of this build is not to necessarily kill the survivor, but leaning towards more synergy with the add-ons and being able to micromanage the team through the traps, which creates what we all refer to this guide as pressure. Corrupt is really good for this, because you can start micromanaging right away without so much feeling that you have wasted a trap, and feel the need to do more than Pig can handle at the start of a match. It also gives you more time at the start to build your confidence in assessing how good your survivors are, which is why I like to run it on all killers, and with Pig this matters more because of how weak she is. It just stops 2.5 gens from being done at the start, which is half your game. Knowing how good the survivors are at the start is good as well for what I discussed in the previous guide. Assessing with the ambush specifically. Using the ambush to know how smart the survivor is based on how they get hit by it and how susceptible they are to your power, or M1 mind games, is very beneficial at the start of the game, and it lets you get in their head a little bit. Deadlock helps you in similar situations as we discussed with Corrupt, which are the following. Gives you more reassurance in chase, as it objectively gives you more time to down the survivor, albeit through ambush or M1 mind games. Deadlock allows you to manage the strategy with the traps as well, without the gens going too fast. And if you start periodically downing the survivors during the now elongated game, as well as micromanage traps while they are active and inactive, since you now not only have more time, but also trap placements now might actually synergize with you downing survivors rhythmically with gens getting done, which means you have more of a window to actually strategize as a weak killer. Deadlock also is simply good on Pig for being slowdown that does not require activation. Plain Pig is enough of a weakness. Pain Res and Grow Embrace are no good as proven by me due to the amount of requirements, that being place a trap, down a survivor, find a Scourge hook, hook them, pray it did something. Deadlock can alter the traps by being active or inactive and works on its own, while still helping the Pig out tremendously. As well as giving you a window to strategize, it also gives you a window to improvise in case you need to do a sudden change of plan. It's all about just giving the Pig more time, to put it simply, to actually do something, as well as working objectively and forcing the survivors to suffer through a slightly longer game. No Way Out synergizes with the traps more than any of the other perks I mentioned, in my opinion. Not only does it give you more time, but it also follows the strategy of actually allowing you to chase the survivors a little bit more and improvise and try to see what they do and how good they are. It is the opposite of Corrupt. Whilst with Corrupt, you are chasing survivors to assess how good they are. No Way Out, you are either following that up with the mind games you learnt along the way, or you're improvising based on who you're versing, which hopefully will lead to slightly more downs, which separates it from Noed, where it's a simple insta-down, and you're not actually doing anything. Still better than Pain Res, because Pain Res effectiveness is random, and even more random on Pig, whilst No Way Out is objective. So we'll talk more about No Way Out when we actually get to the add-ons. The fourth perk is one of the following three, and unlike the other perks, are all chase related, but can all be understood under the same principle. Bamboozle blocks off windows, allowing the survivor to be more open to assessment and mind games. It can also help get downs faster by breaking the common survivor delusion that they are safe no matter what against Pig. Faster downs means faster trap placements, which means the game can actually begin, which in turn means synergy with the add-ons and the other three perks that are built around traps. It also does the simple task of blocking windows that Pig cannot mind game if you're versing a survivor that knows what a god window is. Force Penance. Protection hits now cause the broken status effect for 80 seconds. This may be subtle, but it's good on Pig for a lot of levels. Simply put, it punishes body blockers, no heals, 80 seconds of pressure, and the injured survivor becomes a liability. As Master Geist the Pigmain said, you have to sometimes tunnel to apply the pressure of the traps properly. It's all about knowing when to do it, and to do it if you need to be good at mind gaming and downing your average DBD player as the Pig. It's hard to do that, however, if you're being body blocked as an M1 killer. Force Penance solves this problem with you actually getting value and applying pressure to the whole team, forcing them to adapt, rather than following a formula of body blocking and doing gens. Still following up the theme of objectivity here, by simply not allowing the body blocker to heal. The body block, again, can create a scenario where the survivor you want to down is in danger, and a broken survivor is now one shot for over a minute, which in turn creates slowdown and problems for the survivor, similar to how the traps work, by creating pressure through one survivor and affecting the whole team at the same time. And it does not need to be said the premise of downing survivors faster if they are injured and potentially putting traps on them. It also simply stops the body blocking, which is good, because it's a problem M1 killers always seemingly have to deal with, probably due to the popularity of DBD comp, and creates a form of counterplay and prevents them from using the most powerful item in the game, known as medkits. It's also a rare perk that synergizes with their ambush, meaning it synergizes with her traps, M1, ambush, and how weak she is. On top of all this, it also gives survivors, as we discussed, another problem to worry about, similar to the argument with No Way Out. On top of being injured, not being able to take protection hits, some people having a trap on, you chasing a survivor that may be your method of winning, gens being blocked, survivors not doing well in chase overall, No Way Out blocking the gates, they now cannot heal in 80 seconds. This is pressure at its finest, especially if they suffer from those things in unison or in a pattern if executed and improvised correctly. The survivor has fallen for your trap. Save the best for last. Save the best for last is good on Pig for similar reasons, however with some key differences. It also helps down the survivors faster, has objective value, and an objective reward for hitting survivors, which as Pig, you'll be doing a lot of, and it's delusion to think all your hits will be ambush, as Pig is required to down survivors no matter what. It also stops body blocking to some extent by rewarding you by hitting the survivor, but rather like Forced Penance, where the pressure is spread from you, this pressure is dedicated to you and the survivor you may be currently chasing, as you are trading hits with body blockers and other players. But one thing Forced Penance and Save the Best for Last have in common is that you are going to hit more than one player with the Pig if you're adequate enough. The way it does this is not only being able to reset faster, but it counters all the annoying perks like Dead Hard, Off the Record, Saving Time with DS, and Shoulder the Burden, Body Blocking, Hook Blocking, Base Kit BT. It also does wonders to secure Hook so it synergizes with No Way Out and the time-saving aspects of Deadlock and Corrupt. It's important to understand how important time-saving is when it comes to the Pig, and I'm sure I don't have to explain that being able to down a survivor faster to put a trap on faster is good. It also gives Pig a slight snowball benefit of cocky survivors that do not run when they have a chance and stick too closely together, which in turn could even allow to get more traps on, which at the start of a game can synergize with the fact you will have to hit more than one player to use her power effectively. It also synergizes with some of Pig's tricks that involve M1, like uncrouching right before you M1 the survivor, which is known as the vibe check in Form 3. Although, do not be fooled by this power. If it would be better to ambush, ambush. You do not need 8 stacks all the time. Finally, it helps with M1 mundane things that the lower tier killers have to go through, like survivors holding W, exit gate being opened in your face, and gen being done in your face, survivors running top of the yard perks. In many situations, Forced Penance is better, but what's certain is that these 3 perks provide a good mindset of wanting to use them, as they provide objective value, trap value, mind game value, and even throw the survivors off course. Amanda's Secret and Rule Set. I truly believe that in the game, DBD, this is almost the best add-on combo on Pig ever since they removed her ability to see Jigsaw box auras. We have Amanda's Secret, which used to remove the ability to see the box auras in exchange for seeing the survivor's aura when they take the trap off for a few seconds. And now, with the box auras removed, this simply shows their aura when they take the trap off. This acts as a good substitute to not being able to see the box auras, and more since it adds to Pig's stealth potential by telling you where the survivors are. They might even run towards your direction or start healing, and you could even crouch to hopefully get more value out of this. It also does not matter if you cannot exactly crouch because of a great distance, because you can still catch the survivor off guard, which means the add-on synergizes with the pressure aspects of the trap. This also helps with hooking, since Pig is weak and has more of a tunneling necessity sometimes, shall we say. It actually works in your favor to leave a survivor to a trap and go for someone and have the aura of the former revealed later, for example. It also helps you down players, which is useful as the Pig. You might want to put another trap on them, and the aura reveal synergizes with her stealth / surprise factor. What makes this add-on better in my opinion, and less random, is Rule Set number 2, which blocks survivors' ability to see jigsaw boxes until a gen is done. And it's honestly so good, that could honestly might as well be a perk, like Corrupt, Deadlock, or No Way Out. I'm going to explain how Rule Set number 2, combined with Amanda's Secret, is good because of all the previous things I mentioned. But be warned, I will be saying the word pressure quite a bit here. Number 1. Gives you time to set up and get ready before you need to act, which helps the pig because of how slow and unprepared she is at the start of a match. The survivor will now, for the majority of the time, not take their trap off until it's active. The longer they have a trap on, the more pressure you have, and the more time you have. Number 2, this synergizes with Amanda's secret, since you not only have the pressure of survivors having traps on longer, which allows you to apply pressure to all the members of the team, but also you now have an ace in the hole for the survivor you trapped. Whether you want them second stage, or you fail to pressure the other 3 survivors, there will be games, however, where the right play is to kill one and make it a 3v1. The pressure aspect I discuss in trap form, where the idea behind the traps is to pressure one person and the team somewhat simultaneously, is present here with this add-on combo, just like any good trap add-on combo in my mind. Number 3. This add-on combo also counters Shoulder the Burden, Off the Record, and DS by letting you know where the survivor is later and allowing you to apply pressure to other members under the promise that you will have an idea of where they are later and you can improvise and capitalize on this. Number 4, following up on this creates strategic scenarios where you can improvise and innovate with your ingenuity and win the game, given that you have that. Like having 2 dead on hook and being able to pinpoint where they will be, thanks to the add-on, and on top of that, knowing when to focus on the trap survivors thanks to rule set number 2, only allowing them to see the box auras at specific times that you will know. This add-on combo incorporates a lot more strategy than any other add-on combo I have ever seen. Scenarios like this can help you as well, where your pre-plan can win you the game if you apply the pressure and play your cards correctly in countless different contexts. From winning the game to finding that survivor at the right time and killing them in a chase, to finding that survivor being the last piece of a puzzle to checkmate the team, to straight up having an ace in the hole for when you need to improvise at the end game, and just looking mighty impressive if you somehow pull it off. Number 5, let's talk endgame. Let's talk endgame. Let's talk 1 gen, no gens. In terms of what I said about pressure, they now have their aura revealed to you on top of the gates being blocked, them being broken, can't heal, gens being blocked, and all of that. This point is to show you how well they synergize together at the endgame, which could help the pig tremendously in your case, and has done for me countless times. Number 6, knowing when to utilize this add-on during the game and how much faith to put into your build or add-ons comes with experience, and once again, improvisation. Master those, and winning will feel like clockwork, even on the so-called worst maps. And there you have it. It gives you time to assess your opponents, create pressure, mind game them, improvise strategies, have objective working slowdown benefit you to the point the survivors cannot do anything but beg for peace, in which it will be up to you whether you refuse or not. When everything lines up, survivors panic, and that's when you win.